Hi there, I'm LiWen.
And I'm Tytus.
From Dance Insanity. Most beginner dancers don't actually know that there are two different styles of rumba.
There are?
Yeah. You don't even know?
Actually, I do know.
International style and
American style.
So which style is better? And why would you choose to do one over the other? To decide, first, it's important to understand the differences between the two styles. In today's video, we'll focus on 4 main differences.
First, we're going to focus on the basic step.
Second, the timing.
Third, the leg action.
And fourth,
the hips.
And are there similarities?
There sure are.
But we'll get to that later.
Okay.
Let's get rolling. First up, the basic step for each style. Let's start with the international style, rumba.
We're going to do a rock step, and side, and rock, step, side.
Next up, the American basic, the box step.
Walk, side, close, walk, side, close. So what's the real difference? Well, the international makes 2 L's with your feet. With that rock, replace side, and a rock, replace side, while the American makes a box step, which is going to be walk, side, a close, a walk, side, and close. So they are very different. Next up, we have the timing. So international is going to be hold 4, 1, rock on, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. While the American style is going to be working in slows and quick. So we would get 5, 6, 7, 8, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick. But wait a minute, what are the numbers? Okay, let's count out the actual numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And make sure you count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
She's ridiculous. And now we're on to leg action. So, if you're a little bit familiar, you've probably heard that in international, we got straight legs, but in American, we got bent legs, and that's true. So let's examine how that works. International first. When we take a step and we land on the foot, that knee straightens quickly. We can bend the other knee, but then we land on a straight leg. We take a step, we land on a straight leg. Knees will straighten as you step, and straighten the standing leg, and straighten the standing leg. I just want to say that you have to make sure you're still getting some bent knees in there when feet move, so it looks nice and slick, and you get that nice stroking of the foot with the bent knee. So you're actually going to stand on straight legs, but knees will bend. Just like if you're walking down the street, you're going to get a bent knee sooner or later.
In short, in international style, when you do a weight change, you will stand onto a straight leg.
What about American style? Well, when you first step, you're going to have a bent knee action. And then as you lower your heel, you can straighten that knee. So we bend the knee as we put the foot down, and then straighten as you lower your heel. And that knee will be bent as you put your foot in position, and then straighten that knee as the heel comes down. Put it there with a bent knee, and straighten a little later. Put her there with a bent knee, and straighten a little later. So we get that nice sort of oppositional action in our knees, but we get to bend it a little longer. Step with a bent knee, and switch, and switch. Bend the knee, and then straighten it. Bend it as you step, and then straighten it. What are the differences in hip action in international style versus American style? Well, actually, the movement is still a figure 8, but there is actually a small difference. Let's have LiWen explain it to you while I demonstrate.
So in international style, you're standing on a straight leg, then the hip rotates, and you take your step, straight leg, hip rotates, straight leg, hip rotates, straight leg, hip rotates, straight leg, you're standing on the leg, the hip above that leg rotates, straight, rotate, straight, rotate.
Hey,
Now we're gonna see the American style. So the difference between international and American is that in international, you're standing on a straight leg, then the hip rotates. Whereas in American, you stand on a bent knee, and as you straighten the knee, the hip's gonna rotate at the same time the knee straightens. Let's take a look. And we'll do the box step. So forward on the left, knee is bent as Tytus straightens his left knee. Notice the hip rotates at the same time. Coming to the side, bent knee, straighten, hip rotates. Ooh, close. And straighten your left knee, left hip rotates. Now going back on the right. Right knee straightens, right hip rotates back. To the side, left knee straightens, left hip rotates to the side and close. Right knee roll, right knee straightens, right hip rotates. Yeah, that's right.
So you get to use the knees more to get your hip action when you're doing your American style. Both styles are awesome. I like to mix and match on occasion.
So American style has a feeling of being a little bit more sort of earthy and
Grindy.
grindy.
Use those knees.
Yeah. Whereas international style has more of a big stretch dynamic look with the way you use your stretch in the body to create more hip action. So because we love to work on our hip action so much, we actually put a course together because we want to work on it. So it's something that's really cool, and you can practice not just 1, 2, 3 hip actions, but 10 different hip actions. And this course is called Sexy Hips Ultimate Action Pack. The link is right here. Check it out.
Before we reveal the similarities in Rumba International and Rumba American, this is a good time for you to subscribe to our channel and join the most insanely fun place to dance online.
Just click on the bell. You are gonna be notified.
So LiWen, why don't you tell them the similarities between International Rumba and American Rumba?
Some of the patterns are actually the same.
What?
They're just branded differently, meaning same product, different names.
Okay, for example?
Coke and Pepsi Cola.
No, dance.
Oh, okay.
Right, so
Like New Yorker
Uh-huh.
in international style is actually called the crossover break.
In American
style.
So if we were doing an international rumba, and 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, we went into a New Yorker, 2, 3, 4. And then we decided to go ahead and do American from a box step, and slow, a quick, slow. We got a crossover, a quick, slow.
So the footwork is basically the same, but of course, you will apply the technique of each style to those figures. And that's what's gonna make them look slightly different.
But what about the music? Are those like majorly different?
Well, it depends on your definition of majorly.
But
they're slightly different.
Slightly different. The American rumba is a little bit faster than the international rumba. If you're listening, you're going, that's international. That's American. What would be the difference, LiWen?
Well, classical international rumbas would emphasize the counts of 2 and 4, and classical American rumbas tend to emphasize the counts of 1 and 3.
You know, we probably should have a listen to that real quick.
Let's check out an international rumba song. Hear the emphasis on the counts of 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. Hear that? This time, let's take a listen at an American rumba. Listen to the emphasis on the 1 and the 3. 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hear that? Slow, quick, slow. Quick, slow. Quick, slow. Hear it? 1, 3, 1. sometimes the music can sound quite similar. And you're wondering, is this American or is this international? So the next time you wonder that, listen to the counts carefully. Finally, we're going to answer the question, which style is better, international or American?
International.
Wait a second, let's take a look at the scorecard.
Oh, sorry.
And decide. So we'll break it down. In terms of the basic step, I think both international and American styles have great basic steps.
That's true. So that means 1 point to international and 1 point to American. A tie.
That's only the first round.
Ah, okay.
Now next, timing. Because American style starts with the count of 1.
Slow.
It's a lot easier
It's really easy.
for people to get on time.
So easy to be on time.
Whereas the international style starts in the count of 2.
So yeah, we have to give that one to 1 point to American, just because it's easier to hear.
Next up, leg action.
Of course, international has challenging but really cool leg action.
That one has to go to international, I agree. Next is hip action.
They're both awesome.
1 point to each.
Okay. Patterns is next.
Which style has more patterns?
More? Is it based on quantity or quality?
Well, the quality of the patterns are good for both.
Okay.
So I think it has to be based on quantity.
Which has more?
Yeah.
American has more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think American style wins.
You know why? Because there's a lot of places that make up their own patterns. So if you actually accumulate all of them, I think it's, last time I checked, 7,500,062.
Now 63.
Ah.
64 now.
Oh, it's growing.
65,
yeah,
it's growing.
American style. Yeah.
American style gets 1 point. And lastly, music. Well, American does have some really
Cool stuff.
cool stuff, but international rumbas.
Really good. Which means it looks like there is a tie.
What is your verdict?
You think some of our ideas are different than yours?
Which style do you think wins hands down? Leave us a comment below, let us know. After all of this debate between the differences and similarities of both styles, the secret is that to make your dancing better, you can borrow from one style and apply it to the other.
Yeah. So if you're doing American style, sometimes you can throw some straight knees in there just to give some variety. Or if you're doing international style, then add some bending of your knees to give it variety as well. It can be really cool. So you can actually mix and match all the different things from each style, be it patterns or techniques, because both styles are awesome and they can help each other.
Thanks for joining me. And if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up by clicking the thumbs up. Share this video with your other dancing friends and see which style they prefer. And if they actually know the differences between the different styles. Believe it or not, I've seen social dancers start doing international and by the end of the dance they're doing American.
style.
Everything completely changed over.
Yeah, it started international and it ended up being American.
Yeah, or they would do international steps to American timing.
That's pretty common.
That is pretty common, see?
Yeah.
Yeah, so next time you're out social dancing, take
Make
a
sure,
look when
yeah.
you're having a break and just notice, what are people doing out on the dance floor?
I'm Tytus
I'm LiWen
from Dance Insanity, and we look forward to seeing you
in the next video.